Hi guys, I'm Janine with Aradia Fitness, and today what we're going to be doing for you, we're going to be putting on a TNT Bootcamp that you guys can do at home. So some equipment that you'll need is a kettlebell and some resistance bands if you have those handy. Just a nice quick workout to get your bodies moving, get you going, get you good and worked out. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a nice little warm-up. We're going to start off with some stretching first. So I want you to go ahead and just start to roll both of your shoulders back and down for me, just loosening up all of those muscles. Add a little kind of pulsing squat to it as you do that. And then from here, I want you to go ahead and roll those shoulders forward for me and just kind of loosen everything up. Good, awesome. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to relax those shoulders. I want you to look over that right shoulder for me, and then go ahead and look over that left shoulder. We're going to bring it back to center. You're going to interlace those fingers together. We're going to scoop those palms out. You're going to round through that spine, tucking that pelvis, slightly bending those knees. And then we're going to lift those hands all the way up, arching that back, looking up towards that ceiling. I want you to go ahead and release those hands for me, interlace those fingers together, roll those shoulders back and down, stick that chest out for me. Perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and release those hands. We're going to slide that right hand down that right leg. That left arm is going to go up and over. So if you're facing me, that's the opposite side. So you're going to take that left hand and then that right arm up and over. And then we're going to go ahead and lift it on up. You're going to go ahead and slide the hand down, reaching up and over with that opposite arm. Good. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and lift it on up. I want you to go ahead and sweep those arms out to the side. We're going to go ahead and hinge at the waist, diving that head and chest down, placing the palms or the fingertips down. And you're just going to go ahead and just kind of relax. Rock those hips out side to side for me. And then we're going to go ahead and hold it there in the center. I want you to take both hands, walk them over to that left foot, drop that head and chest, look towards that knee. And then we're going to go ahead and walk it over to the opposite side. Same thing, drop the head and the chest, look towards that knee. And then we're going to go ahead and walk those hands back to center, turn those toes forward. I want you to go ahead and bend the knees, lower it down into a low squat. Hold it here, open up the hip flexors a little bit. Just give yourself a little rock side to side, loosening everything up, just kind of shifting your weight through the bottoms of those feet, the toes, the heels. Get ready for what's coming. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and hold it in the center. You're going to shoot that tailbone back up towards the ceiling, drop that head and that chest again. We're going to go ahead and take those hands, reaching for those ankles, pull that chest down nice and low, almost like you're trying to look up underneath your hips or behind you towards the back wall. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and bring those hands back to center. You're going to sweep those arms out to the side. We're going to go ahead and start to lift that chest up, bringing it back to standing. You can go ahead and kind of heel toe those feet back in, about hips width apart. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start to march it in place. So again, getting those legs working, getting those arms pumping, just getting your heart rate up a little bit for me. Good. And then go ahead, if you want, go ahead and add some jumping jacks for me. Jumping jack. Good. Just loosening up everything. Getting your heart rate going. Good. Remember, if this is too much for you, you can always do a side jack. So just kind of slowing it down a little bit, stepping out to the side. Or if you want to get super fancy with those jumping jacks, remember you can do crisscross jumping jacks. Or just back to your basic jumping jack. All right, good. So go ahead and just kind of shake everything out. We're gonna go ahead and start out with our workout. So each thing that we're gonna do, each exercise, we're gonna go ahead and break that down into a minute. So each exercise that I give you will be about a minute long. And so, you know, when I go to count for you, I like to sometimes add a little extra for you. So just to give you an extra workout. All right, so we're gonna start out with some burpees. So just to kind of take you through your burpee first, we want our feet directly underneath those hips. We wanna stand up nice and tall. Remember, for that burpee, you can either stay on your mat or you can step off to the side on some solid floor, so that way your mat doesn't slip. So feet about hips width apart. We're gonna reach up. You can add a little pop-up if you want. We're gonna go ahead and drop those hands down. Remember, you can always take one hand down at a time. When you do this, jump up, hands down, both feet pop back in your plank position. Make sure that tailbone's not shooting up. You wanna make sure you're in that nice soft plank. You're gonna then go ahead, drop into that push-up if you'd like, squeezing the elbows in, bringing it back up, and then we're gonna go ahead and pop those feet back in and reset, yeah? So if you don't wanna do that much of a burpee, you can always pop one foot back at a time. Totally up to you for this exercise. So remember, you can eliminate that whole pop-up. You can just reach up nice and high. You can also add a little calf raise, up and down if you want. So reaching up, and then you're gonna go ahead, take one hand down at a time, take one foot back at a time, add the push-up. You can always drop down to the knees, add that push-up. Good. Press those feet back down, plank, and then walk those feet in one at a time and reset. All right? So I'm gonna go ahead, look at our clock. We're gonna go ahead and start with our burpees. Here we go, since this is boot camp. Again, most of you guys know me as Sergeant Squats a lot. I like working the legs. Here we go. 1 minute starts about now. Let's do this. Burpee time. At the push-up. Pop the feet in. Keep it going. Reach up nice and high. Squeeze those elbows in. Reach it up. Remember, always do what works best for your body. If you want, eliminate that push-up. Slow it down a little bit. Totally up to you. Bringing the feet in, reaching up. Totally up to you guys, how you want to do your burpee. It's your workout. Reach up, keep it going, keep breathing. How much time do we have? You have a few seconds left. Keep it going. And you are done. Shake it out, breathe. So the next exercise we're gonna go into, we're gonna do some planks with some side taps. So feel free to get a sip of water if you need it. I totally need it. I don't know about you, but we're gonna go into those planks with our side taps. So nice plank with a side tap. Hands go underneath those shoulders. We're gonna go feet back, hips width apart. So same plank that we just did with our burpee. Same plank here. We're gonna hold that plank. Remember, tuck that pelvis. We're gonna take one foot out at a time, adding a tap. So my left foot taps out, and then my right foot taps out. So boom and boom, yeah? So if that ever gets too much for you, you can always do your plank with your side taps. You can stay on those knees here. Side tap this way, to the side, on the knees. Or again, you can always take a little rest. Always pop it back into child's pose. So when we go into child's pose, always sit your butt down to the heels of those feet, extending those arms out in front of you, palms pressing down, dropping the head and the chest, keeping those elbows lifted up. All right, so here we go. Our timer is gonna start. Let's go ahead. Let's get our plank taps on. Here we go. Press through those shoulders. Good. Keep it going. Keep working. Bringing those feet back in. Trying to keep those hips as stable as you can. And just breathe, guys. I know this is a lot, but again, you're working hard. It's good for your body. It's good for you. Promise. Keep going, keep reaching it out. Remember, if this becomes too much, take a pause for the cause, go down to the knees, and tap out side to side that way. Again, no shame in that. Still working the same thing, and then just return back to those side taps, side to side. Keep pressing that mat away. Keep it going. Yeah. Keep working. Couple more. And we are done. Go ahead and drop down to those knees. Sit back into that child's pose. Reset for that one. Breathe through it. Drop the head in the chest. Keep the elbows up. And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and walk those hands on in. All right, so the next one we're gonna do, we're gonna actually stay down on our mats. We're gonna go ahead and grab that kettlebell. That's handy. So remember, if you don't have your kettlebell, you can always, don't even use a kettlebell. You can pretend like you're holding something. Grab like a bag of sugar, grab a box, something, maybe one of your kids' like balls that they play with. You can also hold on to that, whatever feels good for you. So for your genie sit, we're gonna be on our knees. We're gonna take our hips and our butt up. We're gonna completely do some core here. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna hold my kettlebell in front of my chest. I'm going to sit back as far back as I can, comfortably, and then I'm gonna pull up. So when I pull up, I wanna make sure I'm using all of this, my abs, my core, all right? So kettlebell goes directly in front of that chest, taking it back, and then bringing it forward. You can also, again, up this a little bit, again, whatever feels good. If you wanna give yourself an extra challenge, you can always add a chest press to it. So I like to add chest presses to this. You're up on the knees, hips and booty off of the heels. Sitting upright, when I go back, I'm pushing that kettlebell out. When I pull it in, I'm squeezing that kettlebell back in towards my chest. I'm using it as a pull, bringing it back in. So every time you go back, I wanna make sure that as you lean, you're trying to go back a little bit further than you did before. Pulling it in, yeah? So we're gonna go ahead and set up for that. So timer is going to start perfect time. Here we go. Timer starts now for those genie sits. Here we go. Add the little kettlebell, chest press if you like. Take it back, bring it up. Again, if this is too much, modify it, guys. So if you only can go back a little bit like this, that's it. And then just do that. Whatever feels good. Keep it going. Breathe. So we want this boot camp style. We want to make sure that when you're doing these drills, you're doing them a minute each. You're going through it back to back, taking little rest breaks to get some water. Breathe. Breathing is super important. Again, if you don't want to add the chest press, leaning back, bringing it back in. Leaning back, bringing it back in. Breathe, guys. Good. And your timer is done. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and sit that kettlebell back down. We're gonna go into some more cardio. We're gonna take it into those mountain climbers. So mountain climbers, hands go underneath those shoulders. Feet are going into our plank. We're gonna go knees in towards the chest. Yeah, one knee at a time. Again, butt stays nice and low, squeezing those knees in. When you do your mountain climbers, that's totally up to you how fast you do them. If you want super fast, you can always like speed mountain climb, or like I just did, you can do one knee at a time. Yeah? Yep, so here we go, mountain climbers. So since this is like a little bit of cardio, we're gonna do about 45 seconds for this one. Hands underneath the shoulders. Here we go. Timer starts now for the mountain climb. Knees in. Breathe. If this becomes too much again, we're just stepping it out. One knee at a time, going nice and slow. If this becomes too much, hold that plank. Practice pressing that mat away. Hold, work the core, stay strong. Press that mat away and return back to those mountain climbers. Woo! Keep going, guys. Keep breathing. We got it. We're strong. Come on, get those bodies working and moving. Keep going. Woo. Check my timer. And we are done. Breathe, sit back into it. Take a little break. So we've done a lot on our mat. Just get a sip of water. We're gonna take it to standing. We're gonna go into some arm exercises. Just some upper body stuff. So we're gonna start off by grabbing our resistance bands. So one good thing about our resistance bands, they come in different sizes. So you can go heavy, you can go light, you can go medium. This one's a little bit heavier. So I like to take my resistance band, take it, the ends, wrap it around the palms of my hands to get myself a good kind of length one and more resistance, yeah? You don't need to do that if you don't want to. Grab the ends, you can always work here. So we're gonna start off wrapping it if you want, grabbing the end, arms go out in front of us, and we're gonna pull out, arms extend out, bringing it back in, so hands about shoulders width apart when we come back in. We take it out and we bring it back in, yeah? So working those shoulders. So here we go. We're gonna do this one for 30 seconds. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch. We're gonna go on the diagonal. You're gonna take your hand down, one hand up, palms pressing into those bands, fists nice and tight. We're gonna go out and bring it back in. Then we'll switch eventually, go out and bring it right back in, yeah? Here we go. So arms go out in front of us. Here we go. Timer's gonna start now. Taking it out, breathe. Remember, slow and controlled is best. So we don't wanna be here. You shouldn't see your band snap. We want it out and in. There should be resistance at all times. Good. Again, if this feels super easy for you, maybe you need to up your resistance band game. Maybe you need to go a little bit heavier. There are extra heavies out there. Take it out and in, guys. Breathe. Breathe. Keep it going. Arms should be getting a little shaky, a little tired. Breathe through it. Keep going. You can do it. We're gonna take a little stretch after this before we switch to the other exercises. Breathe. We got it. Keep it going. Keep working. You got it. And you're done. Relax, shake everything out before we switch. So again, I'm gonna take my left hand up. My right hand is gonna come down. Arms extend out in front of me. Here we go, 30 seconds. We're taking it out and in. Yeah. So we're doing 30 seconds on the diagonal for both. So about 15 here and then we'll switch. Keep working. And then go ahead and switch it out. Yeah. So I like to use these resistance bands. These are great for pull. So I usually attach them to the pole and add some exercises to it. It's awesome. So you'll see that in one of my polls here. Breathe. And one more for good measure. And release those hands, shake it all out. All right. So we're gonna go back down. We're gonna work more abs. So I love crunches. So we're gonna sit down on our butts. We're gonna lie completely flat on our backs. You can do this with or without that kettlebell. Again, pretend you have a kettlebell. Like I said, grab a bag of sugar, flour, whatever works for you. Grab a kid, grab a dog, whatever works. So have something in your hand. You're gonna make sure your back is pressing down into that mat. So back completely down, spine pressing down. We're gonna go into a sit-up. And then once we sit up, we're gonna do a press up with those kettlebells or your bag of sugar. You're gonna press it up towards the ceiling and then take it back down, yeah? We're gonna sit up, press it up, and then bring it right back down, yeah? So when we sit up, really choose to press those heels and the bottoms of those feet down into that mat, yeah? Into that floor. So that way it grounds you and you can lift up using that core. You shouldn't be using any momentum from your neck or your shoulders. We want purely abs for this. So lying down, kettlebell in front of that chest. Here we go. My timer starts now. Let's do it. Press it up and down. Press up and down. Reach it up and down. Get a little higher every time you come up. Work those abs a little bit harder. Keep going. Keep breathing. Good. Some call this torture. This is a workout. We came to work, and then we play afterwards. Keep going. Keep working. Press those feet down. Lift up. Reach. Sounds cliche, but reach for the sky. Keep it going. Keep working. Couple more. Almost there. Reach, and we are done. Set those kettlebells or your prop over to the side. We're gonna go into a tabletop. Get a little sip of water if you need it. We're gonna go into our tabletop position. Feet pressing down. Hands are gonna go behind us. So I like to go fingers towards my toes. So when I lift up, I'm here. You can also kind of splay your fingers out to the side a little bit if you want, lifting the hips up off of that mat, yeah? If you want to make it harder, you can fully go into your full reverse plank. So taking the heels out, lifting the hips up, making sure the hips stay up, making sure your head does not do this. We want to roll the shoulders back and sit that chest up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into that tabletop position, and we're going to add a little leg lift to it if you want. So when I go into tabletop, I'm going to extend one leg out, bring it down, and then extend the other. Yeah? It doesn't have to kick super high, just extending out. You can flex your feet, kicking through the bottom of the heels, activating your quad a little bit more as you do it. Yeah? So, again, pick your poison, whatever works for you. If you want to do like full blown, like boot camp style beast mode, you can go full reverse plank, and then you can do a nice leg lift here. Whatever works for you. Yeah? You can mix it up a little bit if you want. Totally works for your body. Yeah? So here we go. I'm going to lift up, squeeze my glutes, and I'm going to take it up. Kicking out. Breathe. Turning those quads on, turning those glutes on. Palms are pressing down into that floor. We're lifting and kicking. Up. Switch. Going from that right foot to that left foot. Keep working. Keep breathing. Again, it's important, they say. Keep going. We got it. You're strong, you can do this. Ooh, keep going. This is a lot of work, guys. I'm used to coaching you guys to do it. Keep working. Almost there. Couple more seconds, guys. Couple more kicks. Give me your best. And breathe. Lower it on down. Good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. We're gonna go back into some ab work. We're gonna go into our Russian twist. So heels down, easier version. Heels up will be harder. So kettlebell if you got it. We're gonna lean back. We're gonna tap left and right, side to side. You can also add your chest press in the center, yeah? Boom, side, boom, yeah? We're almost there, guys, to the end, yeah? All right, so again, you pick your poison. Let's do this. Kettlebell in front, heels down, or again, halfway you can go heels up. Here we go. To the side, press. Other side, press. Keep going, you're leaning back, working your core. Working those abs. So kind of similar to our genie sit position, except we're down on our butt and working our abs that way. Push, push. Keep it going. You can speed it up if you want. Keep working. You got it. Or go back to just basic Russian twist here. Side to side. Breathe, guys. You got it. Keep going. Stay strong, hang in there with me. I'm hanging in there with you guys. This is real sweat. We don't edit that in. Keep going. Breathe. Good. And 3, 2, and 1. Yes. Go ahead and drop that kettlebell down or lie it down, place it down, do not drop. All right, so we're gonna go from that into standing. We're gonna take it into our upright rows. So this one, when you stand, you want your feet about hips width apart or a little bit more than hips width apart. Toes pointing forward. We're gonna grab our kettlebell, or again, if you don't have one handy, feel free to grab something, grab a prop. We're gonna take that kettlebell. We're gonna ground our feet, pressing the bottoms of the heels down. We're gonna lift it up, right in front of our chest. Shoulders, shoulder height, elbows about shoulder height, and then lower it back down, yeah? So here we go. We're gonna lift up and down. Take it up. Breathe. Remember, when we do our rows, you do not wanna be like here. You wanna really use those shoulders. Breathe. Squeeze as we come up. Remember, slow and controlled versus like going like this. Slow and controlled is better. Keep going. We got it. You got it. Keep working. I'm sweating now. Even if you're not sweating, I know I'm sweating. So I know I'm working. I hope you're working just as much as I am. Keep it going. Breathe. Good. Awesome. Keep going. A few more, guys. Yes. Yeah. And we are done with that. Good. We're gonna go ahead and take that kettlebell down. We're gonna go into our side squat, our side lunges with a little lift. I'm sorry, not squat. Not our squats just yet. Yeah, we're gonna finish on squats. So we're gonna go into a nice wide stance, toes pointing forward. We're gonna bend one knee. As we sit down into that heel and that foot, we're gonna lift up. As you lift up, that same leg is going to lift, yeah? So we're gonna do like a few on the right, a few on the left. We're gonna really sink down into it. So I'm coming down. As I come up, I lift. I wanna control the lift. You shouldn't be kicking the leg out to the side. You want a nice lift, squeeze your glutes, squeeze those legs, everything, yeah? Here we go, side squat, leg lift, little lunge, and up, down, and up, down. Arms and hands can either be behind you, be right in front of you. Lift, push, lift. Good, keep it going. Really sink down into that butt. Keep working. Have to have some glutes working for the summer. Let's go. Keep working. Give me one more. Good, we're gonna switch sides. Shake it out, move it side to side a little bit. Other side, so that would be my right foot. So we're gonna take down and lift. Down and lift. Keep going. Hands can go on the hips. Push it up. Make sure the chest is not dropping too low. You don't wanna be like hunched over. You wanna sit up right. Up. Lift. Good. Use those abductors. Let's go. Take it up. Keep working. Yes, guys, keep going. Woo! Couple more. Or a few. One more. And down, shake it out. All right, we're gonna get a sip of water. We're gonna go into our last exercise before we cool down. All right, so we're going into just our basic squats. So toes going forward, about hips width apart. We're gonna sink down. We're gonna squat. As you come up, squeeze those butt cheeks, really squeeze those glutes. We're taking it down. We're coming up. We're gonna go into some pulsing squats. I'm gonna have you pulse it down low. Yeah, so not coming all the way up. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Make sure you're not hunched over. Make sure we're not doing this. And then we're gonna do a hold. So a hold is just going down as low as you can, pressing through the bottoms of those feet, Really sinking into it, holding it here, yeah? Hanging out, you know, doing your texts, whatever you gotta do, you know? All right, here we go. So, all of that combined, 1 whole minute. Here we go. Let's do this. Regular squat, take it down, squeeze up, down, squeeze up. We're working, we're squeezing. We got it. Keep breathing. We are almost there to the cool down. We've done a lot. I've done a lot too. This is payback, I'm sure, but it's okay. Keep going. Squeeze. Good, feels amazing. Yes, you'll love me for this. You may curse me out in your head right now or in your home. It's okay, I still love you. All right, here we go. We're gonna pulse it. Pulse, nice and low. Sink into it. Keep the chest up. Keep pushing that floor away. Good. And we're gonna take it into our final hold. Here we go, hold it. Sink down. Here's where I count it out. This is where I count really slow. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, go lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up, shake it all out. Good job, guys. All right, shake your body out. We are done with that TNT boot camp. We're gonna go into our cool down. So I want you to sweep those arms up, inhaling up, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Awesome job, guys. This is the best part. You did a boot camp. Breathe. Woo. I did boot camp too. Keep going. Here we go. One more time, reach up. Woo. Go ahead and hinge at that waist. Drop those hands, rock those hips. Breathing through it. Good. And from here, hold those hips. Walk those hands over to that left foot. Drop the head in the chest. Look towards that left knee. And then go ahead and walk those hands over to the opposite side. Look towards that knee. Pull the chest down. Again, walk those hands to the center. Tuck that pelvis, turn those toes forward, bend the knees. Go ahead and shift it out, left and right. Breathing through it. Good, this should feel really good right now. All right, we're gonna do a couple of stretches down on the mat. So go ahead and hold it. We're gonna drop down to the knees. You can set any props aside. We are done with those. I want you to go ahead and start off by lying down on your mats. I want you to go ahead and extend those arms out. Reach up, stick that chest up towards the ceiling, extend those arms straight out, and those legs straight out in front of you. Good, really arch through the back, look up. I want you to go ahead and hug the knee in towards the chest, pull that knee in. Good, and then go ahead and extend it out, and pull that opposite knee in, press that opposite hip down into that mat, hold it there. Good. Go ahead and give me a nice extension one more time. Big breath in and exhale. Go ahead and hug both of those knees in, cross those ankles, rock the hips out side to side. Again, taking that pressure off of that lower back. Good. And then we're gonna go ahead and cross those ankles, sit it on up. We're gonna go ahead, bend one knee. You can place that foot along the outside of the hip or completely underneath. If you're super, super flexy, you can choose to walk down to the palms, or you can walk down to those forearms, lean back, or all the way to your back, depending on how, again, like I said, how flexy you feel or how good your body's feeling. I want you to press the knee down, tuck the pelvis, get a nice stretch through that quad, breathe, and then go ahead, lift it on up, switch it out, legs extend, opposite foot. Bend that knee, again, along the outside of the hip or underneath. Lean back, press that knee down, tuck that pelvis, hold it there. Good. Feel that stretch along that quad here. You'll feel it a little bit into that hip. And then bring it back up. We're gonna go ahead and sweep those legs out in front of us. Bring the soles of the feet together. We're gonna go into a nice little butterfly stretch. We're gonna rock our hips out. Just give me a few waddles, side to side, just loosening everything down. And then we're gonna ground it. We're gonna roll the shoulders back and down, press those knees down, bring that chest down, press those elbows down into those thighs if you'd like. Take a nice inhale and exhale. And roll it on up, cross those legs out in front of you. Give me a nice little twist. Twist it up over to the left side. And then twist it out over to the right side. Hand goes behind you, plant it down into the floor. Opposite hand across that knee. And then go ahead and bring it back to center. Go ahead and give me a nice inhale up. Good. And go ahead and just give me a nice forward fold down. You can feel free to walk those hands or those fingertips out in front of you. Big inhale, one more time, in through the nose. And exhale, out through the mouth. Awesome job, guys. Go ahead and walk those hands in. Thank you guys for joining me for the TNT Bootcamp. Again, I'm Janine with Aradia Fitness. Thanks for watching.